A senior official of the resistance movement Hamas says Palestinians will continue the Great March of Return rallies until the end of the Israeli siege on the Gaza Strip. Mahmoud al-Zahar said that the anti-occupation rallies, which began on March 30th, have produced important results. The Hamas official noted that the Palestinian resistance against Israel has humiliated the regime. Al-Zahar also stressed that the Palestinians will never recognize Israel, even if the whole world does so. He further described Iran as the main supporter of Palestinians. Al-Zahar made these remarks in an interview with Iran's Al-Alam news network. The Hamas official earlier met with senior Iranian officials, including Foreign Minister Mohammad Javad Zarif. To discuss that further, we're joined by Rabbi Dovid Feldman, spokesman for the Neturei Karta International. Thank you very much, sir, for joining us once again on Press TV's Top 5. Now, what is your interpretation of the Hamas official's comments that he made, particularly the part where he said that the rallies, the March of Return rallies, will continue until the siege is lifted?
Well, we need to understand where this Great March of Return comes from, where this resistance to this occupation comes from. Palestine, once upon a time, was a peaceful place. Everyone was living there in peace, including a minority of Jewish people, Christians, and obviously the majority Muslims. And we lived in peace. We need to understand that this conflict we are experiencing today is unjust. This is not supposed to be here. This is because of this occupation of Palestine going on already for decades, driven by the State of Israel, the Zionist regime. And we have to understand that this Great March of Return is a response to this occupation, and we need to appreciate it. We have to stand up worldwide and condemn this illegal occupation, which is internationally recognized as illegal. And as a Jewish person, I can say that according to the Jewish teachings, this is wrong. This occupation is wrong. Jewish people, as I said, live in peace. Now the question is how? People think today that just because we have a difference of religion, we have to have conflict, and this was never the case. And why? Because Jewish people lived as peaceful people. They were respected by the Muslims, and they respected them, vice versa. And this is exactly how life was going on and how life is supposed to go on. Jewish people never had an intention of having power over others. According to our belief, we are in exile. We are to be loyal citizens in each and every country we live in. And this is exactly how we did conduct our lives. Now, when we find today the State of Israel, unfortunately, committing all these crimes, supposedly in our name, on top of all pain that every human being should feel from all what is going on, as Jewish people, we are terribly embarrassed that this is supposedly being done in our name.
Now, Rabbi, I have one final question since we're running out of time, but when the Hamas official noted that the Great March of Return rallies have produced important results, what do you think exactly he means by that? What are some of the results that these rallies have had? Has it been able to raise international awareness about the plight of Palestinians and what's happening in Gaza?
Well, certainly it did. Certainly it does. But it's really painful that sadly it is costing this tremendous price. How many people have been killed or injured at these rallies in order to have the world wake up and understand and see what is going on. But certainly this is bringing the case to the attention of the masses of people, but we hope that this should not continue for much longer, because the price the world is paying, the price humanity is paying, is an expensive one.
Thank you very much, Rabbi Dovid Feldman, spokesman for the Neturei Karta International, joining us live from New York.